Test. Hey, welcome back to the Green Logbook. Good to be back with you all here again, the live stream. How's everybody doing? Let me pop in my headphone here real quick so I can hear what the hell's going on. So, yeah, I'm sure you all heard about it. I just posted a short about it here. Let's see, let's go to it. Throw this beast on the screen. Yeah, we all saw the same thing, right? Like, is everybody aware of what's going on here? So we did have the excuse me, we did have that 38 CFR 4.10 in place just not too long ago. And this morning, I think it was at what time was this thing? 10:45 a.m. today, right? Today's the 19th, right? Yeah, today. It's a ton of views, right? But yeah, there you go. 10:45. Posted up. Effective immediately. VA is halting enforcement of the interim final rule. Evaluative rating. Impact of medication. VA issued the rule to clarify existing policy to protect veterans' benefits in the wake of an ongoing court action. But many interpreted the rule as something that could result in adverse consequences. While the VA does not agree with the way this rule has been characterized, the department always takes veterans' concerns seriously. To alleviate these concerns, VA will continue to collect public comments regarding the rule, but it will not be enforced at any time in the future. Under my leadership, under my leadership, VA is ensuring that everyone applying for benefits receives everything they have earned as quickly and conveniently as possible. This includes reducing the backlog of veterans waiting for benefits by more than 60%. We will continue these improvements on behalf of America's veterans, families, caregivers, and survivors. So that was a recent post as of 10:45 a.m. from VA Secretary Doug Collins. So old Dougie Fresh is coming out with an with an update, right? So yeah, I was just going through some of these comments here on Twitter, like on his post, and some folks like, you are not actually stopping the rule. You are simply choosing not to enforce it while continuing to move forward with the interim final rule, which means enforcement could be reinstated at any time. What is needed instead is a full withdrawal of the interim final rule, followed by resubmission through the standard notice of proposing rulemaking process so it receives proper review and public input. So you can read the comments on here. One thing that that kind of stood out to me, where is it? Let me find it here real quick. It says, to alleviate these concerns, VA will continue to collect public comments regarding, where is it? Regarding the rule, but it will not be enforced at any time in the future. They're talking about the rule, right? Or public comments. I just want that clarified. So me coming from a military justice background, from a legal background, investigations background, etc., words mean things, and I would want those things worded correctly. But there's a lot of good stuff going on with this, right? It's been halted for the most part. But if you read these comments, some of them kind of make sense as well. Some concern about it. Folks saying like the rating system needs a complete overhaul. Right. Yeah. Tell us something we don't know. Right. Non-combat MOS are overwhelmingly coming out at 100%, while the actual warfighters are getting railroaded and ignored. There's no reason administrative MOS needs 100% rating. None. Well, I mean, there's also training things that happen too. So not sure if that one is completely on track. Let's see here. How about people who didn't even graduate from basic training getting VA benefits? Really? Is that a thing? 100% for stress fractures, but now working on bodybuilding. Huh. Fix the system, focus on that first. Maybe people who didn't graduate from basic training should not be entitled to VA benefits. There's people who didn't graduate from basic training getting VA benefits. I mean, I know folks who get injured in basic and don't actually finish it, right? But I don't know. I didn't know about 100%. And stress fractures? I don't even know, like, I've gotten stress fractures before from running, and I don't recall them ever being on my VA disability stuff. So, might have to go back and check it out. Um, so the moral of the story here is due to the overwhelming concern, and opinions of the veteran community, well, I think, actually, let me pull it up here so, you all can see exactly what I'm gonna say. And I shared this on my post, but I'm gonna tell you here. Let me pull it up here. So, oh my gosh, what the hell is this? Comments and stuff. Yeah, let's put this up on the screen here. Bam. Share screen. First thing that came to mind was my man, Captain Planet. Veterans, the power is yours. Yes, voice those concerns. Let your opinions be known. Let your concerns be known because, damn, due to overwhelming concern, they were able to switch this up. So the power is yours. I might get this tattooed on my chest. Captain Planet. So let's go to the comments really quick. Excuse me. I just had lunch as well, so I'm fighting through this stuff. It was a sub that I had, so a turkey sub. Going to the comments real quick. Sergeant Stacking, what's going on, my man? Good to see you. Keep on with the with those silver moldings that you're doing, man. Awesome stuff. Good to see you. Not turning back. 84. Welcome back. Not turning back. Welcome back. Vic, it's great news. Yeah, absolutely. You have the power, my friend. Galen Turner, 1266. Welcome to the Green Logbook. Hi, everyone. Navy Cop MA1. Thankful you're on. I'm so bored right now. Dude, so I'll tell you, I came back from a VA appointment. And as I was coming back, then I had a buddy of mine who was an active duty chief warrant officer text me. And he, what he said, he's like, you see this? And he sent me over Doug Collins' post. And I'm like, no, thanks for sharing. And I immediately grabbed the phone while I was in the VA parking lot and then filmed that little short that you saw me put out. And he says, I do what I can for my country, but also we got to grab lunch. Awesome. So yeah, man, Rich, if you're watching, dude, I appreciate the heads up on that. You, my friend, saved the day with getting the word out ASAP. So awesome. And Navy Cop, man, good to have you, brother. I'm sad to hear that you were bored at work, but I'm happy to see you in the comments here in the chat. Ronan, bruh, what's going on? What's the word on that that VRNE channel, man? Let me know. Let me know. I keep getting texts and emails saying that I'm starting on in March. So if anybody has questions on VRNE, let me know or let Ronan Bruv know. We are about to start this thing. I think Ronan Bruv, I think you've already started it, but we're about to kick off this VRNE thing and get these benefits that we have earned, my man. All right. Bork Brand. Hey, thank you for the live video. Well, thank you for showing up, my man. Thank you. It's always fun to come on the live and see what everybody has going on. Sergeant Stacking says MOS is irrelevant when it comes to compensation. I know admin bubbas that have Purple Hearts and Bronze Stars with combat Vs. Every Marine is a rifleman. Yeah, when you are put in that situation and you need to pick up a rifle and do something, absolutely. I agree. Every Marine is a rifleman. I mean, when I deployed to Iraq back in the day, I mean, I had to bring a rifle with me too. So every Marine is a rifleman. 66T Love. Good to have you. I love that. TGLB family. Let me see. U.S. Army Grunt. Good to have you, sir. Good afternoon or good evening, depending on where you are. Let's see. Damn. Stuck in my throat. The fear mongering around medication rule ran hard. No wonder why they pulled back. Yeah, it really did. It seemed like, I mean, it's part of the algorithm, right? Because I look at a lot of this veteran stuff from my channel, It's part of the algorithm that all these videos show up on my page, I guess, my homepage. So everything was the 38 CFR 4.10, every freaking thing. So I'm like, everything was VA. I try to stay away from all the politics stuff, but you can't really do that when you're, connected with the VA stuff if you're trying to keep abreast of it. So yeah, the fear mongering was big, but I'm curious to see because they're saying that they're halting it. So curious to see about this going forward. And I understand this cost cutting and all that stuff. And I know we've talked about it in the past. This is a big reason why I want to start the VRD now because all this cost cutting. I firmly believe that something is going to happen with it. Maybe not now, maybe not this year, maybe not next year, but maybe we will see. Let me see. Just wondering what Dougie might try next. Oh, Dougie Fresh. Who knows, man? Who knows? What's up? What do they call Dougie on the other channels? I can't recall. They call him oh gosh. I can't recall what his nickname is. I'll just call him Dougie Fresh, man. He ain't so fresh anymore, but he did put out some fresh content today that got everybody got everybody on Twitter and on YouTube going. So the comments still keep coming. Look at that. Comments still keep coming. Yeah, maybe Dougie wanted to tie up some loose ends first. Yeah, well, uh, I don't like as some folks mentioned, I don't like the fear mongering stuff, but it is good to keep updated and stay updated on what's going on, especially when it may concern your benefits, when it may concern your your percentages and all that stuff. So it's always good to keep updated on all that. I try to do it as much as possible. Some of these channels are really on it, but I'm I'm not behind the computer all day, so it's like when I can, I can. When I can't, I don't know. But I can't do it all the time. But trust that I will work for my folks, for the Green Logbook family out there. Here we go, Pastor Dougie, the Blue Falcon, caca, caca. Oh, Pastor Douglas. Let's see. Yeah, and it's funny how I had no idea, and I text I text somebody today. I won't say who it is, but I text somebody today about the update, and I'm like, "Hey, just FYI, old Dougie Fresh just put this out like maybe like an hour ago. This was around 11:30 or so when I was sitting out in the parking lot doing that short. I text this person. I was like, "Hey, um, old dude just put out this update, man. Just FYI." He's like, "Bro, what?" He's like, "I'm sitting at the doctor's office right now. I have a doctor's appointment right now." So just stay up to date. Stay up to date on what's going on. It's good to kind of follow this stuff on Twitter. If you have Twitter, I try to stave off that. I can't get the updates up right away because I don't really have it on my phone. I had to log in. I made it so I had to log into my desktop to do any of the stuff, simply because I just I had to get all the social media crap off my phone for the sake of this up here. But no, always good to follow. Maybe follow old Doug Collins on Twitter. And actually, I'll give him a follow here real quick because I was not following him, but I think now I will be. So always good. So yeah, I wonder what else is going to come out. Let me see. Pastor Dougie just had to have a comment in time before implementing 4.10 rule legal requirement. Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly. Pastor Dougie. Um, let's see. Navy Cop, good. First video on the other channel. Kept getting notified about private videos. Felt like you were playing with us. Oh man. Yeah. So Navy Cop. Yeah. So if y'all don't know what Navy Cop is talking about, I started another channel specifically for YouTube creation. So I wanted to share a lot of stuff that I had learned over about a little over a year and a half that I've been doing this. And really wanted to talk about how to start a YouTube channel, how I locked on sponsors, how YouTube pays, how it's providing a monthly recurring income through all these different things that I'm doing, and wanted to share it with a lot of folks. So, if you have not already checked it out, it's called Vic Learns Content. Vic Learns Content. I'm not going to push too much on the green logbook. I had to create something else so the algorithm doesn't get all congested, and takes me elsewhere. So I had to create a whole nother channel. I do enjoy that stuff. I do it every day, right? Create YouTube stuff, and I write notes, and I film. I was just at the freaking supermarket filming with my with the Action 5 Pro, and I freaking hate filming out in public. It makes me feel so damn weird walking around like this talking um, in like a grocery store, but whatever. It's got to get over it, I guess. But yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, so it's called Vic Learns Content. I had to change it from YouTube to content because if I ever wanted to trademark or anything like that, I can't really trademark the word YouTube, right? So they already own that thing. Well, I appreciate it, Navy Cop. As a pastor, Dougie seems to have no problem with putting his ego in front of his morality, just an opinion. Yeah, well, he works for the veterans, for the people, right? So he's got to look out for the veterans. But like I mentioned before, vets, the power is yours. Voice your concerns and opinions, and you also can be like Captain Planet. Well, I see they reversed the changes. They absolutely did, Mr. Miyamoto. They reversed the changes due to the uproar and concern of all the veterans, which should have happened. And I'm glad it did. Uh, Well, perspective, great for being here. Thank you for being here. Thanks for posting the update from the VA representative. Yeah, absolutely. There's a ton of folks out there posting it, and like I said, I'm not going to be the first one all the time because I simply don't have all this stuff on my phone. I only do it when I'm at the desktop here, but I'm glad to get the information out there. I literally just read what he posted on there, so I do appreciate the thank you. Doug Collins said he doing comments from veterans. What do you mean he's doing comments from veterans? I don't get it. I'm gonna, you know what? Let me pull up some of these things on here because these are kind of funny. These are good. The Twitter comments on old Dougie Fresh's post here. So he's got his Twitter thing here, and this is no fear mongering crap or anything like that. I'm just reading all the comments on here. Some of them are good. Some of them are okay. Where is it? See some good ones here. What is this? Secretary Collins says the VA is better. Veterans that use the VA. I am not impressed. Yeah, well, um, as the wife of a disabled veteran with severe mental illness who has already survived 2 suicide attempts, who gets worse with each new toxic exposure, and when he gets dehydrated, what our veterans desperately need is access to functional medicine practitioners who can identify and address the true underlying causes. Yeah, I agree with that. Hats off to the veterans who voiced their frustrations and the organization who helped voice those frustrations. Proud of you guys. Proud of you guys. You guys out there. Okay, let's skip this one. Now you need to work on the DoD to brief Congress as required by the 2025 NDAA Joint Explanation Statement, page 5960, on herbicides. Okay. Hemp for Victory says, thank you, sir. Medication can improve someone's condition, but it's not a guarantee, and it's not permanent. Medications can lose effectiveness. Dosages can change. Present stability does not equal permanent resolution. We should be honest about that. Mental health isn't static, and no one can predict another person's future. Battles Improvement is possible, but it isn't definitive or final. That distinction matters. Damn, Mary had a little lamb. All right. Dumpster fire. Oh shit. The only time I ever considered off. Oh no, we're not gonna read that. Okay. You got new legs, Lieutenant Dan, so your new rating is 0%. Yeah, right? Right? Oh crap. But yeah, that is it's just to give you guys a heads up. That's what's going on. They reversed 38 CFR 4.10. Um, so that's what it is. We'll see what happens next. Um, don't get all the warm and fuzzies just yet. Always kind of be on the alert if you can. Not completely anxiety inducing stuff, but just know that things can change. Especially if you're going to be redoing your claim or seeking a different percentage, an upgrade or something like that. Things might change. So, not saying that they will now, not saying that they will tomorrow. Nobody can tell unless they sign something. Until something's in writing, it's not gospel, as they say. Let me see. Navy Cop says a good meme I saw Colin standing over a vet in a wheelchair saying, now that you have a wheelchair, that solves your issue. So your rating is back to 0. Oh, shit. It's like this one, right? You got new legs, Lieutenant Dan. So your new rating is 0%. I mean, basically, what the hell is this? Nope. Still waiting. So, yeah, it's these are some funny memes out here. Anyhow, let me get this thing off the screen here. Oh shit! What the hell is this? Too many things going on at one time. So yeah, I posted that short on there. I appreciate everybody watching that. I posted this short on Facebook, on Instagram. Normally, I don't go on Instagram, but I did post it on Facebook as part of the military retirement group. So, truly thankful for anybody who liked it and subscribed from there. It's awesome to see all of you contributing to the channel and helping out in getting us towards 10,000 subs, which is a huge milestone. And when I do reach 10,000 subscribers, trust that I'll be doing a giveaway, probably more than one giveaway because it is a significant milestone for me. And I do love just giving stuff away. I mean, from veteran owned and operated companies. Let me see here. So another thing that I wanted to bring up and talk about was something that I was thinking about. I had it written down in my handy dandy notebook here, and it's things that I wish that I did while I was in uniform. And I'm curious what you all think about that. Is there anything that you wish you would have done, maybe a little bit better, maybe a little bit different, while you were in uniform that maybe you might be doing now, you might be doing these days, be it school, be it training, be it I don't, it could be shit, anything, getting back into shape. What are your thoughts on that? Go in the comments here really quick. How many people are claiming depression because they are obese because they've been milking a foot injury? Well, I don't have the numbers for you, Eric Skinner, but be curious if there's anything on that. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I've gained a couple pounds since I retired from the Corps, but I don't know. I mean, I'm doing something about it. If my legs work, my arms work. I'm moving around as much as I can. So 66 T Love. Yeah, one thing that we wish that we would have done a little bit better while we were in uniform, and that's part of the topic here today that I wanted to discuss. I did have it written down in my notebook. I think I grabbed the wrong one earlier today, but um, I have 5 things that I have written down here, and I want to get your take on it. 660 love, save more money. Yeah, I mean, what is more in your eyes? Like, what would have been a significant amount or the amount for you to feel satisfied when you left the service? Curious. Yeah, Eric Skinner. Yeah, it says thank you. People complete Ironman triathlons missing 3 limbs. Yes, yes, sir, they do. And I'll tell you, there is a this exceptional nonprofit that I just spoke with the gentleman. He was a Navy chaplain and a paratrooper, and this gentleman runs this nonprofit called Warriors on the Way. So this Navy chaplain turned priest, he takes veterans on this journey, this pilgrimage called El Camino de Santiago de Compostela, which is the way, right? The way of Saint James or Santiago, and essentially, it's a pilgrimage from Spain all the way. I'm sorry, from France all the way to Spain. It's probably takes about a month or so, or a little bit less than a month, depending how many miles you put in. So I asked this gentleman during our conversation, like he takes veterans on this journey, on this trip to on this pilgrimage, several hundreds of miles. And I asked him, what do you do when people are like missing limbs or anything like that? And he says he's had people who have made that journey, that trek, who have prosthetics. Again, probably close to 200 miles that they're walking over the course of 2 weeks or so. And it's pretty incredible. So it's not a limiting factor. I mean, if there's a will, there's a way, and there's folks who have prosthetics, like you mentioned. People complete Ironmans, triathlons, missing 3 limbs. It can definitely happen. Let me see here. Jason Miyamoto, I wish I did not give up going to canine school and then would have been going to Diego Garcia. Instead, I chose to go to Japan. All right. Uh, Diego Garcia, I've seen it on a map. When I was in Japan, I know they used to give out like the weather reports from Diego Garcia. It just looks like a little sliver of an island, right? Canine school. Okay. What'd you do in Japan? I'm curious. 66T Love says 50,000 to 60,000 at least. All right. To make you feel comfortable enough before you left the military. Okay. Okay, that's a good amount, a good cushion, right? Just in case something happens, in case you don't land on your feet, excuse me, in case maybe um you need to find a job and you can't find one right away. 50, 60,000 is probably a good cushion. I like that. Wait a second. So do we have two Navy cops in the house? Hold on a second. Um Jason Miyamoto and Jason Miyamoto, let me introduce you to Navy Cop. Navy Cop, let me introduce you to Jason Miyamoto. It's an island. He was a Navy cop. That's cool. All right. I feel like too many cops in the house now. Too many cops. Navy Cop MMA1. Small laundry list of things that I wish I had done while I was while still in toward the career, but nothing that followed me out. Maybe better financial planning. Yeah, I think we could all use more financial planning education. Like I think I mentioned it in one of my other videos. I didn't start doing my stuff until I was 10 years in the Marine Corps, and that's what kind of bumped me out of the G fund and the TSP. My financial planner looked at me. She's like, "What the hell are you doing in the G fund?" I'm like, I don't know. I have my dunce cap sitting in the corner. I don't know. Help me out. Okay. Let me see. Eric Skinner. Oh man, I appreciate you, dude. You're awesome. Should definitely have more followers. VA does need to dig deep on people milking benefits from tax dollars. If we can make them better, we should. Yeah, yeah, I agree. Eric, check out a video that I have. I'll see if I can find it on here. And it was kind of eye opening, and I talk about it every so often. It's called the TikTok 100% disability culture, and it didn't come across my desk until somebody brought it up to me like, "Hey, have you seen this on TikTok?" And somebody sent me a link. I was like, No, I'm not even on TikTok." And then I opened up a TikTok account, and then I saw this stuff, and I'm like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa!" It's a bunch of people who are having fun dancing around, flaunting the fact that they're 100% VA disabled, which It's a little crazy, but let me see if I can find it here. I know you're here somewhere. I'm looking at all my videos here. BRNE, information, military, cheat code. No, let's go here. Survivor, no. Little known benefits, no. Damn, man, I have more videos than I thought I did. Well, I'll find it. But yeah, just call my video list. You'll see it. TikTok. Let's see here. All right. Jason Miyamoto, retired master at arms. Right on, man. You guys ran those bases, huh? Hey, give me a quick second, guys. I will be right back. All right, back at it. Back. Is this thing on? Yeah, it is on. It is on. All right, back at it. Let's go to the comments here real quick. Okay, what do we have here? Maybe not. Maybe I gotta get like a moderator or something for these. Let's get this guy out of here. Okay. So one thing about these comments, right? I enjoy talking about stuff that happens in the VA. I enjoy talking about all this other stuff, but I find that speaking about politics, speaking about anything regarding politics, whether left or right or whatever, tends to break the community because people don't always align, people don't always agree, and rather than get into any of that stuff, I want to be able to focus on what this channel is about and its journey on life after the military. That includes veteran benefits and all this stuff. I don't really get into politics or any of that trash, so it doesn't concern me. It makes my friggin' head hurt. So whatever. Um, Not that I'm avoiding it. I watch it sometimes, and just it becomes overwhelming at some point. So I'd rather not bring it up in the channel. It's not what this is about. So with that, my that's why I deleted that dude's comments. Uh, 66T Love says, I hate the premise being the vets are committing mass fraud. Show me the numbers on VA disability fraud against the total number of vets receiving disability compensation. Yep. I'd like to see those numbers. So I'm not, I mean, there's got to be some fraud out there. I just don't know that it's in mass. You know, I is are there people who are taking advantage of the system? You know, that's with any system, really. You know, with anything you got, if there's money involved, there's going to be somebody taking advantage of some sort of system. Is it a ton of veterans? I have no idea. No idea. I have not seen the numbers or anything like that. So same as you, 660 Love. I would love to see something on that, but yeah, have not come across it. If anybody has any of that stuff, please let me know. I'm curious about that. Let me see what we got here. There we go. Things I wish I did while I was still in uniform. Okay, that is a question for you all. What do you wish you had done a little bit better while you were in uniform that maybe you may be doing now, or maybe you want to be doing here in the near future? Um, for me personally, and this is the reason why I started the other channel as well that Navy Cop mentioned that Vic learns content, is documenting my life a little bit more. As I'm going through all my stuff, all my files and all my photos, um, I there's not many photos of me doing much in uniform, maybe sparingly throughout the years, not much at all. So I wish I would have taken a little bit more photos of like me in my uniform with the kids, with, different trips, things like that. Not many things out there at all with my face on it. So partly because I didn't like to take photos and I didn't like to take videos. I didn't like to be on social media and stuff like that. I didn't really like that stuff. So I didn't take any photos, but now I wish I would have documented my life a little bit more, you know. Um Probably another thing is take advantage of the VA loan a little bit more, So I did purchase a few homes, and I'm sure there's folks in the comments here that use the VA loan and purchase their home with the VA loan. I did purchase a few homes with this, and but then I, in turn, sold them years later. But I wish, at every duty station, I would have actually purchased more homes and more homes, just to take advantage of that. There's a way that you can hack the whole system, get a duplex, live in one, rent out the other one, and then move, and then do that again, do that again. There's a way to do all that stuff. I just wish I had done it a little bit more. Let's see, go to these comments real quick. Real quick. Folks just hitting up. Hey, I was just looking at these comments in the military retirement group. If you haven't already subscribed to this group on Facebook, if you do have Facebook, it's called the Military Retirement Group. Definitely check it out. I run the group. It's got about close to 3,000 subs on it, or people who are part of the group, and it's a good piece of gear. It's a good piece of gear that to get information out there for the masses, folks who are about to retire, folks who are retiring. It doesn't matter if you were retired or not. It doesn't matter if you got out 4 years, after 4 years, or 40 years. It doesn't matter. It's called the Military Retirement Group on Facebook. A lot of good information for anybody out there who is looking to get information on life after the military. Um, 660 Love says photos in uniform wasn't a big thing when I was in. I have more photos of myself and my brothers and civvies and partying when we could. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Photos in uniform. I don't know why. I think that's more like a recent thing. I have friends who are still in the military. A lot of them being like CWO5s, now lieutenant colonels. Maybe I have some who had just got promoted to E9. A couple master guns, or sergeant's major, and just now I'm seeing a lot of folks sharing a lot of photos of them on in video, like they're actually like doing stuff, like actually making content and stuff like that. Which I don't know, maybe like 2 years ago, it all drastically changed, but I was not a big fan of being on camera at all. Just 2 years ago, when I first started this, I took down all my old videos because they're freaking cringy as hell. Like I'm sitting there not knowing what the hell to talk about. The first time I ever went live was freaking horrendous, man. It was like I sat there like, so yeah, and I was talking to zero people, zero. So now it's, as you do it a little bit more, you get a little bit more comfortable with this whole thing. So yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. Let me see here. Yeah, everybody's commenting. This stuff is all over like Facebook right now. So folks are noting on the 38 CFR 4.10 update that he didn't say they were canceling, withdrawing, modifying, or anything else like that. He just said they won't enforce it. So the word halt, and I don't recall it saying that they were canceling it. Not that they were withdrawing it, not that they were modifying it, not that, they just said, "We're not going to enforce it." So I'm curious about that because words mean things, right? It's a as somebody put it out here, it is a temporary ceasefire, not a full retreat. They'll come back they'll come back from a flank. Huh, publicity. Sounds like they got some pushback. Oh, they absolutely did get pushback. So, just know, I guess we're, folks are safe for right now. Let's see what we got here. Okay, so a few things that I wish I did while I was still in uniform that I'm doing right now. I am going back to school, getting the master's degree. Use that VRNE before it gets taken away. Use the VRNE. I don't know how else to say it. Ronan Brub, if you're still on here, I mean, you know as well as I do, VRNE is a very, very powerful tool. So if anybody has any questions about using your educational benefits to, for one, get E5 with dependence BAH if you go full time, and two, actually get your college degree, hey, I got videos on that stuff. So check it out. Um, Here's what I'm going to do for you all. I'm going to share. Uh, as I normally do with this veterans and coffee thing. It's a little late for me to have coffee right now, or else I won't be able to sleep. So I'm drinking my water here. But if you want, I'm going to share this on in the comments. Jump on the live stream. Let me know how everything's going with you. If you're still active duty, even better. I want to talk to folks and see how the transition from military to civilian is going to be going, what their plans are, things like that. If you've been out for quite some time, feel free to jump on and let's talk a little bit. But there you go. You got the link on there. Jump on here. Let's get something going. So yeah, finally getting used to that VRD. So that is a good thing. I just had a friend he gave me a text, and then I gave him a call back, and he's using the VRD. And this dude said he had his initial contact, but now he's got to wait several months for them to link him up with the actual BRD counselor. So just when you thought it was going to be like, hey, I got my foot in the door, well, welcome to the club, man. It's a waiting game. It's a waiting game. So it does suck, but at least if you can get your foot in the door and get approved for the VRD, and then talk to your VRD counselor, and then all the better. Use those benefits. Ruby Jr., welcome. I enjoyed looking back at the first content as it gives a nice show of where someone started and where they are now, and it gives a good show for someone wanting to make a channel. Yeah. I agree. So I took my first stuff off simply because it was kind of all over the place. I think I shared a picture of it too when I first started the military retirement podcast with my co-host John. I didn't. He interviewed me on his podcast, and we're like, "Hey, let's join forces and build this retirement podcast," because I like the format. I like what he was asking. I like where it was going. So that's where we created that. Now we do it every Sunday. We've been doing it for quite some time. Over damn near close to 2 years now. But yeah, I shared the photo on the post, and I was doing it right there in my garage, in the corner of the garage, and just kind of tucked away. I had God, like a desk and a freaking laptop there. I had an old microphone there and my old computer there, sitting next to a car, and you can see it all. It's on the post, but you got to start somewhere, right? Um, Let me see. Probably one of the other things I would have done a little bit uh, better while I was in active duty was probably go to medical. Go to medical. So I didn't actually start going to medical until like the last few years of my career. It wasn't a thing for me. It was like, I wanted to push through. I didn't want to be out of the fight, really. I didn't want to be at home on convalescent leave or anything like that. So I put off a lot of appointments and even some surgeries until my 17th and 18th year in the Marine Corps. And I'll tell you, those 2 years were kinda shitty, to be honest, 'cause, I was recovering a lot. I was kinda late at home a lot, but I figured if I don't get it done now, I don't really wanna have to deal with this trash after I get out, so let me get it done now. But I wish I would've kinda done it a little bit every year, every couple years leading up to my retirement. So instead of having, like, 2 solid years where I'm just, like, out of it, just on convalescent leave and hurting, trying to get back into, like, running and all that. So that kinda sucked. What about networking more? Curious what folks have. There we go. Does that work? Yeah, that works. I don't know what's going on with this. Yeah, but when I go on LinkedIn, I see a lot of folks that are having these meetups, and I'm like, that's not my lane. I don't like going to these meetups. Too many people for my liking. I don't like big crowds. I don't like too many people around me. So I kind of bypass a lot of these things. I get invited to them. Folks reach out to me on text. I'm like, yeah, it's nice to have, but thanks for the invite. I'll think about it. Half the time, I don't end up going. Either I have something going on, or I'm editing stuff, or I just simply don't like to be around big crowds and around a lot of people, which is fine. There's a lot of folks like that. So, but I would say that networking is probably one of the better things I could have done a little bit better when I was still in the military, when I was still active duty. I was just so focused on the mission, right? The mission, and had the blinders on. I didn't actually start doing anything until 2 years, again, 2 years before I retire. So just remember that if you're about to retire, network, get your education, document your life, if not for you, but for your family, for later on in life. Use your VA loan more effectively. Let's see here. Ruby Jr. says, I did 23 years because I lied the first 20 saying I was fine, so I could stay on a ODA longer and never went to medical school. Maybe caught. Just remember, entitled for VRE is not the same as approved. And that's correct. I'm entitled at 80% disability, but you have to find the counselor that isn't a gatekeeper. Isn't that a freaking that's a thing, isn't it? That's like the more I'm reading about it, the more it's become obvious to me that though there is a chapter 31, there like a reference. Uh, Everybody's like, it seems like everybody's doing a different thing across the country. It seems like all these different counselors have their own thing that they're doing, right? Like for instance, like you Navy cop, I know we talked about it a couple times. There's a couple other folks that mentioned, hey, I want to go for my master's, and I need, I can't work in my current position, and I want to go for a master's because I need it for my other career. Well, their uh, their counselor will not approve it because they said that they already have a bachelor's degree. I'm like, well, that whereas some other counselors are approving things. Shit, my counselor approved mine for a master's in human behavior psychology. I started the 2nd of March, and it seems like everybody's doing their own thing. Let's see here, we got medical appointments, not school. Okay, medical appointments. Yeah, I got you. Never went to medical appointments. Lima Hotel. Hey, brother, finally made it in time for the live. Yeah, right on, man. Right on. Good to have you. Says Lima Hotel says he's got good news. Well, damn, don't keep me waiting, dude. What you got? What you got? Let me know. And again, if anybody wants to jump on the live stream and tell everybody how you're doing, how any updates on what you got going on, uh, I shared the link in the description and excuse me, in the comments here. So definitely check it out. My man, Lima Hotel, I won my claim and I'm at 100% PNT. Well, congratulations, sir. That is a life changing amount. Congratulations. That's great news, man. Great news. Now go forth and do great things with it. And don't tell anybody else except for everybody you just told. Yeah, I'm a firm believer, man, that I mean that's cool. I mean, nobody really knows who you are. You got, your name is Lima Hotel 13. But just don't I'm a big fan of not telling folks what your rating is. That's nobody's business but your own, right? Um, so kind of keep that close hold. Just, people get mad. People look at you in a different light when you tell them, "Hey, look, I got 100% VA disability," and and you don't. Well, don't go tell them. People get jealous, and jealousy makes people do stupid things. Yeah, that's good. That's good. That's a relief. I'm just trying to help my community, and yeah, I don't tell too many people. Yeah, I wouldn't either. If I had 100%, I wouldn't either. So, congratulations, sir. Uh, yeah, there's too many folks. There's like Facebook groups, complete like huge Facebook groups on there where people are just they have their names on their accounts. You can easily see their profile, and they're like, "Hey, just made 100%. Just got my 100%," and just sharing all their information. Like, why do we feel the need to share that? I don't know. I don't know. It ain't me, man. But I mean, if you have a screen name, you're not really, exposing yourself or whatever. That's cool. That's fine. In the hotel, congratulations. Don't go on TikTok and do those silly little dances now that you're you're 100%. Become part of the 100% disability TikTok culture. That shit is crazy, dude. Crazy. God damn, man. Everything I'm scrolling past on Facebook is Navy Times, Task and Purpose. Like, holy shit, man. Like, I didn't realize my algorithm was that veteran centric. VA halts implementation of controversial disability rating rule following backlash. Yeah. Department of Veterans Affairs halting enforcement of new disability rule. They keep changing shit, man. It's always a freaking change. Just take care of folks. Reading all this. What the fuck, man? All right, I'm done. I'm done with Facebook today. Too much crap going on out there. Um, yeah, so the VA definitely has some room for improvement, and I'm curious to see where they're going to be going with all this. Yes, they halted this 38 CFR 4.10, uh, halted it. That means paused, right? They can revisit it in another way. They may not come up with 4.10, but can it be revisited? Sure. Yeah, exactly. Freaking Dougie Fresh over here. Did Dougie really believe taking an advantage away from vets would go for good? It's the whole job of his whole job is to take care of veterans, right? Isn't that like what's the job description of a Secretary of Veterans Affairs? Take care of veterans. You don't want to make it harder for them to get their stuff. Navy cop says still debating getting a TikTok channel for the Buddy Check project. It's such a dumpster fire over there. Yeah, man, I'm not a big fan of TikTok. I might have a TikTok account. You can check it out. Actually, it's called the Green Logbook on there. I've got like 2 or 3 videos on there, and I'm not I'm not a big fan of TikTok. I'll tell you what though, Navy cop, if you can get on there and do a TikTok dance, man, I will subscribe to your TikTok. Give me a TikTok dance, man. Come on. Oh, man, yeah, I stay away f yeah, same as you, Lima Hotel, I stay away from that. Every so often, I kinda lurk in there and see what the hell's going on, especially after I found that 100% VA TikTok culture thing or whatever. People saying how blessed they are, they're dancing around parking lots and shit, saying, "Hey, 27 and 100% VA, never had to work a day in my life." Well, that's maybe wrong message to send out to the world. But yeah, I stay away from TikTok. Even Instagram, man, I go on it every so often. I'll try to post every so often, but I can't keep up with all this stuff, man. Like I'm not always on the computer or I'm not always on the phone, so it's like I got to live my life as well. Welder 15. I opened a separate account so I can pay every month because I'm under 70% rating. Yeah, ignorant and the wrong mentality. Looking forward to 0 subscribers. Now, man, I'll be number 1, dude. Come on now. Just let me know when. I already have a TikTok account. Well, I may not be on it. I probably go on there like once a month, if that. But yeah, we all start from somewhere, right? We all start from somewhere. When I open up that new channel, that other channel, Vic Learns Content on YouTube, I started off with 0 subscribers, and all of a sudden, I put the post up there, and then now I have 12 subscribers, probably from the Green Logbook, right? So I appreciate you all jumping on there and helping out the new channel, just getting the word out about how easy it is for folks. This one's geared to folks over 40 years old. I'm over 40 years old, right? I know I still look like I'm freaking 21. I appreciate it, but no, I'm over. Fuck with y'all. I'm over 40, right? So I made the channel specifically for folks over 40, geared towards them, geared towards folks maybe in the veteran community who want to start a YouTube channel, but maybe are a little reluctant to. We always say, hey, take the first step. And it's hard to take that first step, but just wanted to help folks out. I've learned a ton while I've been doing this for probably a year and a half. Uh, Different equipment, different, I got lighting, equipment, cameras, but it all started off with just this little guy, a cell phone. So pretty easy. Hey, cop, I don't dance even drunk. No, hell no, man. I don't believe it for a second, dude. I know you can dance. Just two step, man. Just two step. People are people are on TikTok, or not TikTok, on Twitter, on X, right? I applaud you, Mr. Secretary. This is the right stance to take. You just may have saved many lives. We have to reassess in many cases whether a drop in rating would adversely affect more than just the veteran. Dropping ratings means dropping income that qualified for mortgages in some cases. It would drop some children from of 100% disabled veterans from universities. Well, I mean, this is true, right? If folks actually have those service connected ailments, those injuries, you all know how I feel about the word disabilities. I freaking hate that word, right? Because yeah, I've already talked about it. I just don't like the word disabled. They can change it to something else, service connected compensation or something. But yeah, putting a limit on folks would have definitely changed a lot for a lot of folks who actually rate the stuff. Um, oh, Navy cop here. Being a 35-year-old for the past 22 years, I understand where you're coming from. Yeah, man. I've been 35 for I don't even I'm don't be asking me to do no damn math on a live stream, dude. Come on. I'm not doing that shit. Another comment on the Twitter under Duck Collins thing says every decision on a rating should favor in the direction of the veteran. I get it. Budgets are tough, but if you are going to continue to ask warfighters to continue to do the tasks with unrealistic expectations, they will get broken. The minimum should be taking the minimum should be to take care of them. I like that. I like that. if you're going to continue to ask the war fighters to continue to do tasks with unrealistic expectations, it will get broken. Who really wants to go into a firefight knowing that the VA will not take care of you on the back end? You want to know that your folks have your back. If you get hurt, you want to know that your folks have your back. Yeah, let's not forget about them wanting to charge vets 70% below to up compensation for other vets. That's also crazy to me. Yeah, what is the name of that? Oh gosh, what's the name of that bill? Let me see. I got it written down here somewhere. Let me go on here. Mm, no, it's not Fast Vets Act, is it? No. Sherry Briley and Eric Edmondson Veteran Benefits Expansion Act. I think that's the one that we're talking about. 66T Love. The Sherry Briley and Eric Edmondson Veterans Benefits Expansion Act. Let me pull that one up. Ronan Bruv, man, welcome back, dude. You missed everything, man. We were just talking some major shit about you, dude. Major, dude. You missed it all. We're like, man, this dude's fucking doesn't wash the back of his knees, bro. He stinks. I'm just kidding, man. Uh, um, I'm pulling it up. I'm pulling it up. 66T Love. I think it's how HB 6047, House Bill 6047. Of course, something's up with my internet. Is my internet down? It can't be down. I'm still on the live stream. What the hell? Amendments text. Let's look at the text here. Oh, yeah. In the case of a veteran eligible for a monthly aid and attendance allowance under subsection blah, 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 the secretary shall, in addition to the total amount of compensation for which the veteran is eligible under the section, pay the veteran a supplemental monthly allowance at the rate of, okay, what am I reading here? DIC, okay. It might be. I'd have to dig deep into this, man, because these damn, they updated these titles. Nitty Cop says, if we are seeing $9 billion in fraud and multiple cases of insider trading across the aisle, then we can do better for the vets. And I'll leave it at that. Hate talking politics as well. Yeah, man, it's there's a lot of money out there and a lot of money being exchanged and changing hands. Number one should be taking care of the people who fought, who actually raised their right hand, swore an oath to support and protect the Constitution against all enemies, foreign and domestic, and bear true faith and allegiance to the same, et cetera, et cetera. But taking care of those folks, number one, right? Who wants to go into a firefight? Who wants to go in to sacrifice themselves knowing that their folks do not have their back? I don't care what anyone says. All this is a concentrated effort on multiple fronts to limit our competition. Hmm. Hey, Ronan, man, we got to get that channel up, dude. Come on now. I just started my other channel, Vic Learns Content. I'm waiting for you, bro. Come on, let's do this. Between work and VA appointments. Man, you got that many VA appointments, bro? Come on. No, I know life is tough, man. Life gets in the way. I get it. Jason, Bieri. I hope I'm saying that right. 6005. Welcome to the Green Logbook. I have two 100% PNT ratings. Just got SMC. Trying for R1 now. Damn. All right. SMCL. Okay. Gotcha. Gotcha. All right. Well, more power to you, my friend. Says I didn't ask for this to become a paraplegic with no help. Yeah, it's tough out there, man, and hopefully you get the help that you need. I know money is doesn't make everything better, but hopefully your lifestyle um, is just a little bit better with the compensation coming in to make adjustments. So, and hopefully you get if you need any kind of like that house. What's the benefit that they do? They change your home if you need it. They put a walkway in there. Um, they can lower the cabinets for you if you need to, just make it accessible. Hopefully you can jump on those as well if you need that, brother. But good to hear that you're finally getting taken care of. 660 love meant to type compensation. Yeah, no worries. To limit our compensation. Not our competition, our compensation. I gotcha. Gotcha. No worries. So here, let me put this up here. So got to jump in 10 minutes for online training. We'll see you and John this weekend. Absolutely, Navy Cop man. Good having you on here. This weekend, who do we have this weekend? Let me see. Let me look at my calendar here. Actually, I'll tell you right now. This weekend on the Military Retirement Podcast. I know. I think next week we're going to have Raider HQ. Does anybody else know who Raider HQ is? We're going to have him on one of these Sundays to talk a little bit about what we have going on. Um, let me see. As far as this week, this Sunday, I got so many damn emails on this, man. Mm, what's today? No, today is booking reminder. It'll come to me, man. I'm not exactly sure who we got. I'll have to look at it. I usually start getting prepped right about now and doing some research and all that. So I do get a ton of emails from random folks wanting to do video editing and all this trash. I'm like, we don't need all that, man. I got John. It's me and John, unsung veteran. Yeah, got his email. Good stuff. Let me see here. Jason Bier 6005. Can I join your channel? My man, you can do anything you want. What do you mean join? What are you trying to do? Let's see. Yeah, Trump said 3550. Yeah, I'm in the same boat, man. Question mark. Welder 15 Raider HQ is legit. Great info. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. He's legit, man. He does have some great information. He was a VA Raider at one point, I think. And I was on his live stream before, and I think he jumped on this live stream before, and we mesh really well. He's a great dude. And yeah, always look forward to talking to some legit folks, some great folks for some good conversation. Because I think we need that as veterans. We need that in our lives to share our experiences and our stories with another person who understands where we're coming from. That's the big reason why this thing exists. This year exists. Um, Many veterans never even went to the VA for benefits. Literally hundreds of thousands. Yeah, and a lot of the older veterans, right? I'll tell you, I have a Vietnam veteran in my family, and this gentleman does not have a VA rating. He is 90. He does not have a VA rating. He never went to the VA. He never did any of that. He does require in-home care, but all that stuff is paid for through his good financial choices over the years, purchasing homes, renting them out, 2 retirements, etc. So he was in the Navy. So he made good choices, but recently, I asked if he'd like me to help him out with his VA disability claim, and there's no need, he says. So um, I don't know what that means, but I'm going to respect that. Okay, there's no need. We'll just move forward with that. But I was happy to review things with him and try to push things as much as possible. Let me see. My lights on? Yeah, they are. It looks like this thing is down. Give me a second here. How's this? A little bit lighter. A little bit lighter. Uh, Welder 15. Yeah, I appreciate you, man. Found your channel because of him. Yeah, he's a great dude. Raider HQ is definitely a great dude. Was it was great to connect with him. Trump said 3550. Yeah, I'm still waiting. Yeah, well, little by little, I guess. With this thing that Doug Collins mentioned, they're not going forward with this 38 CFR 4.10. So, hopefully that is something towards the right direction. They're actually listening to veterans, right? Instead of taking, let's give some back to them. Oh, Jason Bier 6005. If you're talking about the new channel that I made, here, let me I'll actually share that on here if anybody wants to jump on there and join that up. I just posted one video on there. Not many views or anything like that. It's the first video. This is how YouTube works, right? Nobody really looks at your first video. It takes you like 10, 20 videos to get all this stuff lifted. But my new channel on YouTube creation. So this is the, I'm sorry, is this the right? No, that's not the right one. Let me take that one off. Delete comment. That's not even the right one, man. I gave you guys false information, man. False official statements, dude. Article 107. What am I doing? Got to go haze myself. Here we go. Link to new YouTube channel. Vic learns content. Bam, there you go. That's the link to the new channel if anybody wants to know. I think that's where you mentioned, or where you were talking about Jason Bier. I'm a big fan of paying it forward, right? If I have learned something, there's no need for me to withhold that information, or even have people pay for all that stuff. If I can help somebody else out and being successful, that makes me feel successful as well. So this is my way of paying it forward. Just like the Green Law Book is my way of kind of paying it forward to the folks who are doing the military to civilian transition. This channel, Vic Learns Content, is a way of me paying it forward, learning all this YouTube stuff, this content creation, search engine optimization, all this stuff. I wanted to package it up, put it in videos, and move it forward to the next person who may be the next veteran, maybe somebody who's over 40 who maybe wants to start a YouTube channel and doesn't know how to do it. Maybe they're a little shy or introverted, things like that. This will kind of get you going a little bit. You may not realize it. I'm very much so introverted. My wife will tell you otherwise, but I've learned over time to be able to express myself and speak to people, especially being in the military, you have to converse with people. And my job demanded that of me. I had to go and give. I probably stood in front of audiences and given 400 presentations in my time, doing investigations in military justice and all that. So I was kind of forced into that, but I'm glad I was forced into that. Gets me out of my shell a little bit. Let me see here. Jason Bier, 90% of Vietnam veterans do not want VA as primary insurance. Most were fortunate enough to get Medicare and use VA as secondary. Yeah, yeah, I see it, and it kind of it made sense to me when I asked my family member, again, Vietnam veteran, if he wants me to help him with the VA disability claim. And he's like, "For what?" No, I'm good. Thank you. Thank you, though. I mean, the guy's kind of set, right? He's got 3 houses. They're all paid for. He rents 2 of them out. Um, he's got 2 retirements, one from the Navy, one from his some other career that he had after he retired. So my man is good. He's good, but he definitely he's housebound too. So he definitely rates some stuff, some SMC stuff. And I'm not going to push the issue. I told him, hey, I respect that. We'll move on from there. Jason Beer. Well, I appreciate you, Jason Beer. I haven't seen anyone honest like you since Combat Crave. You give good vibes. I appreciate that, man. Thank you very much, man. I just love connecting with the community, dude. That's really what it is. And I appreciate you coming on and sharing your story, sharing a little bit about yourself as well. And I'm on the road to 10,000 subs, and when I do, I cannot wait to give some stuff away. Um, that brings me joy to give this stuff away to another veteran who just happened to be there at the right time. So on the road towards that. Ronan Bruff, just subscribe to the new channel. Time to leave some spam comments. Hey, man, I appreciate you, man. Leave all the spam comments you want, man, as long as it's coming from you. Just don't go sharing your link to your OnlyFans or anything like that. I don't need to see all that. Let me see here. Hell yeah. Look at that. Yeah, we're making our way up there, man. We're making our way up there slowly but surely. I do this more for like fun, but it's become kind of um, a learning process. But it's also been a way that I can supplement my current income because this stuff, you all may not know this, but through the sponsors, through YouTube monetization, it's not bad. It's actually not bad, and I'm willing to teach other people how to do exactly what I did. So, when I wrote this down, and I want to share with you all, and I want to know what you all want to get your take on this. And I wrote down one thing I hated. Let me pull it up here. One thing, or I hated this one thing about the military, but now I kind of miss it. Okay. It's weigh-ins, semi-annual weigh-ins. I want to get your thoughts on that. What are your thoughts about those weigh-ins that you had to do in the military? I was always on the heavier side myself. I currently, as I sit here, I am probably about 235 right now as I sit right here, 235 pounds. I'm about 6 foot tall. So, the weigh-ins were not always nice to me. I always made the tape, never made the weight, due to the neck to waist ratio and all that stuff. However, when I was in uniform, I was about 205 to 205 and 215. My max was 203 in the Marine Corps, right, for my height, 72 inches. And damn it, it was I really feel like knowing that those semi-annual weigh-ins were coming up kind of kept me in check. Like, hey, I gotta stay within standards. I gotta fit in my uniform. I gotta look good in my alphas, in my bravos, deltas, whatever, Charlies, whatever you wear, right? I did remember walking to like the S1 admin section to turn in some paperwork or pick something up, and they usually have like those cats that are being processed out there. Those guys that are being processed out. This dude is sitting there with his camis on, right, and the buttons were screaming for help. And they're like, just his camis are so tight. I'm like, my man, you might need some new camis, man. He's like, yeah, they don't make them bigger than this. I'm like, holy shit. But yeah, man, I kind of miss that stuff. Let me see. 660 love. Older vets came up and boys didn't cry and men get through it without asking for help. Just hold everything in and suck it up. How many had hidden addictions or took things out on their families? I I really believe that. You bring up something good. I really believe that because that's the feeling I got when I spoke to my family member, the Vietnam veteran. He was like, "Yeah, I don't need help. I don't need help. I got it." Um, and mind you, he's 90, right? So I believe that as well. And I remember when I was a kid, like I fell and I skinned my knee, and my grandmother, grandfather came up to me and they're like, "Hey, hey," she slapped me around a little bit. She's like, "Stop crying," and I'm like, just sucked it up, just sucked it up, and like, yeah, we don't do that, we don't do that. That's the way I was raised as well, right? Jason Beer, service is useless if you don't help your brothers or sisters. Keep up the honesty. Jesus loves your brother. Hey, well, I appreciate that, man. And it really means a lot. It does. I recently started going to find my spiritual way, to church and all that. So it really does mean a lot, man. And it's a way for me to connect and give back to the community. So definitely appreciate you, man. See what we got here. But yeah, a lot of stuff, man. The day is full of surprises. Old Dougie Fresh Collins came up with some stuff, dude. Like 38 CFR 4.10. We're gonna pause that, put a halt on that beast, and everything's but back to normal now. Like, should we drop our guard? What do y'all think? Keep your guard, up, drop them, fully trust the VA now. What do we think? Trump said, "I took a veteran the other day. His second trip there in 60 years. His second trip to the VA in 60 years. Holy shit." So there, different VAs have these programs where some of them, like here, I live in Southern California. There's a VA close by that has like a woodworking shop. They do a woodworking workshop and they teach folks, they let them use the tools, they teach them how to do woodworking stuff. There's another VA that has like Native American flute lessons, right? They actually gift you. I mean, they actually gift you this Native American style flute, right? So you can go and take lessons with the VA. It's completely free. Ask your VA if they have anything like that. Hey, do you all have anything for like music or connection or like any activities like woodworking or anything like that? And they may just have some for you and they'll give you this stuff for free as long as you show up to the lessons. The point being, these are your benefits. Use them. They're like muscles, right? If you don't use them, you'll lose them. Use those benefits that you've earned. Still got people. We still got people on. I think this might be my favorite one. My favorite one on Doug Collins's uh, X feed. I think this is one of my favorite memes right here. You got new legs, Lieutenant Dan. So your new VA rating is 0%. You were 100% when you had no legs, and now you got new legs. Oh, damn. Shit is wild, dude. Doug Collins. The administration would take home the gold if lying and backpedaling were an Olympic sport. Backpedaling. All right. So yeah, people are talking a little bit about this, and I see it come up on different comments that under his comment, Doug Collins' comment, it says veterans notice he says halted and not rescinded because he's still going to do it when the heat is off. No telling. Just keep this on your tracker. Again, I'm not trying to be like that. What's it called? The anxiety inducing, fear mongering channel. I don't want this to turn into that. Just understand, hey, stay at the alert. Maybe follow his feed a little bit. Maybe follow what's going on. It doesn't have to be anxiety inducing. Your heart doesn't have to start having palpitations. Just kind of stay aware of what's going on. Until something is in writing, it's just speculation. 66 T Love says, we need a running list of places that have good VA medical centers. I think it would help veterans looking for a change of scenery. I like that. I like it. So, how do we do that? What do you think, T Love? What are your ideas? Or are you volunteering? Let's do it. Let's put together a list of the best VA medical centers, and we rate those medical centers. Make like a YouTube group or something. Best VA medical centers in the US, and it could be a rating of 1 to 10. Says Dougie started out lying, says most of the 80,000 purposed to VA job cuts were mostly interior decorators. Were they really? Now, I don't know about the VA job cuts. You know, I know I can tell you personally from like the federal government job cuts. It's they let a lot of folks go, a lot of veterans go. I mean, you're looking at one right now. I was the GS-13, and because I was probationary and I had been on the job maybe 5 months, they were like, "Hey, Vic, last one in, first one out. We're gonna have to let you go." Dude, I hit the ground freaking running, man. I was like, "Let's get stuff done." I was like in that mindset, and I fought for it. But they're like, "Yeah, unfortunately, this is what the administration wants. Whatever, gotta let you go." So again, I wasn't VA. I was another department under the Navy, but I was just amazed that like it wasn't just me. It was a lot of other veterans that they let go. Let's see, Roden Bruv says the one by me. I'm assuming you mean the VA center is great because it caters to Great Lakes Navy boot camp. Yeah, I guess the ones closer to like these installations, the boot camps, are probably going to be good because they do cater to the active service, active members. So that's good. I like that. I'll tell you here in SoCal, man, they got some pretty good ones. To be honest, I've not been to a bad VA clinic thus far. So out here, so I don't know. I mean, there's a whole lot of veterans out here as well. 660 Love. Dougie said something to that effect during a committee hearing. Tibber Rubin is good. Dude, I don't know what the hell happened. I pressed back and I, I don't know what the hell just happened. All right. Long Beach. Welder 15 says Long Beach. All right. Yeah, yeah. I've heard some stuff. Yeah. Lancaster. Okay. 660 love laughing. Yeah, I think I had this mouse and has a little back button by my thumb. I think it just hit the back button and then yeah, right. And they're like, yeah, yeah, old Dougie Fresh canceled my freaking live stream. He's like, I don't like the way this man looks, and he's talking some shit. Get him off of here. Get him out of here. Got him. Oh man. But yeah, I had updated or uploaded that last video on 38 CFR 4.10, like just explaining it. So that I like it when things are in Barney style, right? Easy to understand. I don't like all the big words and all that. I like it dumbed down as much as possible for anybody. Anybody should be able to understand it from, and this is from my time in uniform. Anybody from like the CG to the private should be able to understand the base level of what I'm talking about. So that's why I kind of broke up that 38 CFR, explaining it in about 4 minutes, just to kind of give you the bottom line up front. So I think I might do a couple more videos like that. Like if something else comes out, let me break this down for you. Let me read what's going on. Let me break it down for you in, I don't know, under 5 minutes, just so you can get a sense, a gist of what's going on without giving you all that anxiety inducing fear mongering type of crap that's kind of floating around out there. Um, I can talk for a while, but I mean, I don't want to make a video that's like 20 minutes long. Nobody wants to stay on a video that's 20 minutes long, right? So 5 minutes in and out, get what you need, grab it and go. That's all you get. What do you think about that? I'm looking at some of these more of these comments here. Some of you all got to check these out, man. Some of these kind of make some sense too. Like they're talking about the backlogs and all that. Um, Stop talking about the backlog as if you guys are doing something good. The majority of those claims aren't being processed properly. How many of those claims have had to have an appeal or multiple appeals because they aren't being rated properly from the beginning? You guys have screwed so many of us over. It's getting really old, he says. I don't know what the hell that is. Shit. Happy as a clam, that guy. Oh, man. What it feels like to put in a claim with the VA. Injured? Oh, yeah. Well, some folks might feel like that. Oh, man. Scotty V, let me see what you got here. So, where is your retirement podcast? Is it on YouTube? Yeah. So, I'll tell you, Scotty, I run the military retirement podcast. So, we do have a channel. If you just uh, look up military retirement podcast, it is myself and another retired chief warrant officer who run the podcast. We've been doing it for about a year and a half, a little bit over a year and a half. And it's also on Spotify, on Apple Podcasts. We are also part of the Wreaths Across America radio network, and our show gets put on the air on their iHeartRadio network Friday nights. So that is where you can find us on Apple Podcasts, on Spotify, here on YouTube, or on Wreaths Across America Radio Network. It's called Military Retirement Podcast. Thank you for the question, by the way. I was reading your question as I was laughing my ass off at what it feels like to put a claim with the VA. I got to save this picture, man. This is a pretty good one. Call for fire. That's funny. Save image. The meme. I like that. Just a reminder, gentlemen, get your colonoscopy done. Have my schedule already. Yes, yes, that is a must. Make sure that you get it done. You don't want to end up like what's his name, Dawson's Creek dude that just passed away. Yeah, he had bunch of stuff going on for him. Uh, Vanderbeek is his name. Vanderbeek, right? I think he also had that colon stuff going. What's the age for that, by the way? What's the age that you should get your colonoscopy done? Is it 40 or is it 50? I'm probably due for it. 45. All right. Well, I guess I'm not there yet. I may be there here soon. 45. Okay, yeah, so 45. Yeah. I'm give me a few more years. I'll get to that. I'll reach 45. Yeah, so as you can see, a lot of people are on here on Doug Collins' Twitter feed here. That's that's nice and all, but how about you rescind it? Yeah, I mean those words mean things, right? We have halted it. How about you rescind it? VA gave medical data to Booz Allen Hamilton? Hmm, it's crazy stuff. You have chosen wisely, sir. Make sure all the Raiders know this. Just because you say it, it won't be enforced. Doesn't mean your wonderful employees will do their job correctly. Might have to somebody get on Raider HQ and make sure that he knows the update. Make sure that this dude is tracking. That Texas dog pack needs him to be tracking. Scotty V 4905. Oh, I appreciate it, sir. Thank you very much. It's more fun than anything. I have fun doing this stuff. It's like talking to a group of friends, right, at the smoke pit or something like that, or around the ghee dunk or the soda mess or the coffee mess or whatever. It's fun. It's fun for me. It gets me talking to folks, connecting. Right, that's what it's about. Connecting with veterans. I love it. Yeah, also depends on family history. Yeah, I guess if your family has a history of colon issues, colon cancer, you might want to get checked sooner than later. Absolutely, sir. Not turning back 84. I was thinking about what you said about house hacking. It's like Californian tenants have more rights than landlords. That's why if I build here, I would probably just sell each property. Yeah, yeah. So I'll tell you this. My family has a property um, here in SoCal, right? And it's not my not my immediate family, but my wife's side of the family, in a fairly nice area, and we wanted to move into that house when I was retiring from the military. But there was already tenants in there, like Section 8 type tenants, and it was like it took so much, and it was taking so long to get these folks out of there that like I think that they didn't want to move. I think that was the case. Um, and their lease was up, and it just took so long to get these folks out of there. We just said, "Hey, forget about it." We'll just go buy our own place. Um, so yeah, they it does seem like the tenants have a lot more rights than the landlords in California. Um, I I if I was to buy a property, well, I already have a property here, but if I was to buy another one, and I do plan on buying another one here, um, and renting this one out in the near future. But if you get with the local base, the military installation, and get with the base housing, they can put your house on a list as one of the eligible housings that they present to their prospective tenants. and that way, if all the base housing is full, they present all these other houses to the tenants, and your house could be potentially one of them. So, I already told my wife, if we rented our house after we moved, I would only rent it to military tenants. Um, we're not that far from military base. I know that they have orders every 3 years, so I know that I'll be able to get the house back every 3 years, right? So, no telling what the condition's gonna be in, but understand that you can get your house on the tenant list if you go and approach your local base housing office. And New York tenants have protections also, yeah. I'm gonna use my VLO to buy a crack house and start an LLC and use my VRNE learn to sell. Well, good luck, justifying that to your VRNE counselor. I want to learn the scientific method of what, burning rocks. No, man. Oh, man. Let me see, going back to these comments, these things are kind of funny here. Um, gosh, where am I? Halting enforcement isn't the same as removing this rule and replacing it with measures to ensure the best care owed to those who have served this nation. I guess that's the next step, right? People are calling for the actual wording to change. Now, what happened here is Doug Collins, old Dougie Fresh, simply submitted a tweet on this saying he's halting it. I think personally, I think that veterans should request a formal letter, something in writing saying that it is completely going to be rescinded entirely. That would give me more of a warm and fuzzy feeling, right? Give me a second, guys. Okay, here we go. October 2025 vets. I always thought about that only renting to military E6 to O3 and above. Yeah, yeah, I would. I would too. So when I lived, quick story time. All right, gather around, school circle, real quick story time. When I lived outside of North Carolina, outside of Camp Lejeune, North Carolina, I bought a house out there, and on my block, and not this the area was nice, right? My neighbor across the street was a retired sergeant major. The one next to him was a master sergeant. The one couple houses down was an active duty major. You know, at the time I was a warrant officer. I had probably just pinned on chief warrant officer too. So um, we went trick or treating at one point and walked around the corner, and there was a group of, I think they were like lance corporals. You know, I remember seeing a lance corporal in E3 chevron on one of the cars, and I asked them, "Oh, you know, you guys just moving here?" Like, because I knew some of the neighbors, right? Like, "Oh yeah, yeah, we bought the place," and what it was three families of lance corporals, like the guy and married to the lady, whatever, you know, just three families. One of them had kids, I think. They all lived within that same house, and there was a whole lot of yelling that came from that house. A lot of like little kid fights and shit, you know. So um, it got me thinking. Like, I wouldn't want some unruly E3s renting my house out that I worked hard and, you know, renovating and doing whatever I need to do to it. So I'm in the same boat, man. I would probably only rent to like E6 and above and probably O3 and above. Same boat, because seeing folks living, you know, younger folks, and haven't been a young person myself, having roommates in the beginning, you know, things get broken, people don't take accountability, this and that. So it's kind of tough. Yeah, unfortunately, in places where housing is expensive and sometimes limited, it can be like that. Yeah, yeah. You know, I would be willing, if I was going to rent my house and it was a little bit maybe too high. I'd be willing to cut the rent down a little bit if I found the right person. Give me a second here. Okay. Really quick here. Let me see. Not turning back 84. Did you see those recent news stories about kids breaking into empty SoCal houses and throwing parties and doing a lot of damage, cutting fire alarm, breaking walls, shooting firecrackers indoors? I didn't, but you putting that out there makes me freaking furious, dude. I can't. Some of these kids, man, like all right, yes, I live here in SoCal, and some of these kids are, they 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 lack and I hate to quote like Arnold Schwarzenegger, they lack discipline. They lack discipline, and it's a learned behavior, right? Like or lack thereof, and some of them are they just do whatever the hell they want because their parents allow them to. I can't imagine that shit, man. Imagine coming home to a house that you have vacant and then seeing a bunch of freaking high schoolers breaking your crap, man. So that's Dougie again. He's like the devil dog. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I'm scrolling down here, and I urge you all to do your own research as well, right? Don't just take my word for it or anything like that. But I urge you all to read the message that Dougie Fresh put out there, right? Let me scroll up to it. So let's go through it real quick. And this will probably be one of the last things I do here on this live stream. Effective immediately. Okay, right now. VA is halting. Okay, words mean things. VA is halting enforcement of the interim final rule, evaluative rating impact of medication. VA issued the rule to clarify existing policy and protect veterans' benefits in the wake of an ongoing court action. But many interpreted the rule as something that could result in adverse consequences. While VA does not agree with the way the rule has been characterized, the department always takes veterans' concerns seriously. To alleviate these concerns, VA will continue to collect public comments regarding the rule. I assume that means the April 20th thing on the Federal Register, right? And it will not be enforced at any time in the future. Okay. It will not be enforced. Not saying that he has rescinded it or anything like that. It's just halted and will not be enforced anytime in the future. Okay. Under my leadership, VA is ensuring that everyone applying for better benefits receives everything that they have earned as quickly and conveniently as possible. This includes reducing a backlog of veterans waiting for benefits by more than 60%. Curious where that number came from, like how they came across that number. Like, is that's the goal, right? But will that happen? It's nice to throw out numbers. We'll continue these improvements on behalf of the Americans of the Americans, veterans, families, caregivers, and survivors. So again, just saying words mean things. Okay, this is coming from I'm putting on my military justice hat here, having done military justice and investigations and all that good stuff in the legal realm for probably about 20 years, a little bit over 20 years while in the Marine Corps. Um, like the word will and shall mean different things. So do the word halt, halting, and the words it will not be enforced anytime in the in the future. And a lot of people are calling for this thing to be rewritten as it will be rescinded, taken away, taken back. So let's see what comes up with that. Let's see if something in like an actual memorandum, a naval letter memorandum or something gets implemented or submitted. Curious about that. 660 Love. I think we're going back to the house parties here. That was happening way before now across the country, from rave parties to every other kind of party. Yeah. Now imagine the barracks parties. Those are crazy. October 2025 vet. Love the word protecting right after calling vets applying for it a burden in the rule itself. Yeah. Well, I'm curious where this is going to go, man. There's so many freaking changes coming up. So many things that folks want to change. It's pretty incredible. Number one rule is, I mean, protect the folks who raise their right hands and sworn oath to protect, support and protect the Constitution against all enemies, foreign and domestic, and bear true faith and allegiance to the same, et cetera, et cetera. Whatever the oath is, protect those folks. Right? It's hard to go into something to fight for something you believe in when the people who are supposed to believe in you don't believe in you. So it's or won't protect you. It's hard to do that. I'm almost 660 love. You should be compensated for have to depend on medications or devices to do a military caused issue. Shouldn't have to wait until an internal organ may be shot due to medications. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Give me a second, guys, real quick. Let me open up my door. Give me a second. Right, back at it. Back at it here. Okay. Let me see here. Again, just kind of scrolling through old Dougie Fresh's comments here. Just, I would just say again, just keep up to date on what's going on. That's all we can really do until something's in writing. It's not really law or it's not really put in place. It's just speculation until then. So um, take that for what it's worth. There's a lot of folks on YouTube, a lot of folks on social media that are putting out a lot of information, and a lot of it may not be real. A lot of it may just be speculation again. So it could be anxiety inducing. It could give you heart palpitations. Take care of this first, because a lot of the stuff that's being put out there is not really, it's not law. It's not really worth it. Right. So just understand that. And that's kind of how I keep myself a little sane as well. Like people give me their opinions on things. Okay, cool. But where's the reference? Where's the source? I need to see that too. If it's just in writing, well, you're just giving me your opinion. Um, I don't care. Let's it's cool to have your opinion, but I need something tangible or like something I can read that says it's been signed off by somebody. Um, let's see here. Go into the comments. Jason Beer, man, I'm sorry to hear that, man. I hate, or I'm sorry to read that. Um, this is a big reason why I created this. I did this veterans coffee thing is in a way to connect with veterans who may need somebody to talk to. Sometimes it's hard for us, some of us, to leave the house to make that connection in person. So um, why not just do it online with a group of folks, build that camaraderie, get back into that feeling of being part of a tribe, and connect with like-minded folks who have been there, who have done that, who have been of service, right, to the country. So I'm glad you're here, man. I really am. After reading your comment, I'm truly glad that you're on YouTube. You're actually sitting there somewhere watching this and with us, man. So I do appreciate that. I just had my kid come home, right? So let's see. So yeah, just take that for what it's worth. Read, do your own reading on this whole thing. Thankfully, old Dougie Fresh Collins has halted, not rescinded. He has halted this 38 CFR 4.10 to see how it all goes. Um, the salty old Marine, my man, the salty old Marine. Welcome to the Green Logbook, dude. Um, I will tell you, Mr. Salty Old Marine, Semper Fi, first off, and I will share this with you because um, I like the stuff you're putting out there, sir. I do. And here, actually, I'll put this on here. We got to link up, my man. We got to link up at some point. I threw a little thing in the comments. If you want to jump on the live stream, just say what's up, and we can connect really quick. But I would love to get together and connect and collaborate at some point in time. Um, I wasn't up until what just a few weeks ago. I wasn't aware that there was two. There was the salty old Marine and the salty Marine. I think it was. I wasn't aware there was two. So when I heard something about the salty Marine, I thought it was you. So I'm like, oh, okay. Well, I had to do some digging, some research, and all that. So that's where I stand. But hey, good to have you, bud. Good to have you. Good stuff you're putting out there. Yeah, absolutely. I'll tell you what, man, shoot me an email, thegreenlogbook at gmail.com. Thegreenlogbook at gmail.com. Shoot me an email, man. We'll link up. Good stuff. We can talk about some good old Marine Corps stuff or um, whatever we got going on. Today was all about this 38 CFR 4.10 update and talking about things we wish we did while we were in uniform that potentially we are doing now or just looking back on things. So good stuff, man. With that, yeah, stay safe. Everybody out there, just want to say, I love doing this. I love connecting with all of you. This is a form of therapy for me as well, connecting with folks and reading your comments. Sometimes folks jump on here as well. Hopefully it's the same for you. Um, my my grad I'm a graduate student. I start March 2nd, but I've been reading this stuff for a long time. It's in human behavior psychology. I like to know why things work, how things work, and why people do the things that they do, buy the things that they buy, read the things that they read, and click the things that they click, right? I want to know how these things work. I like to dissect these things. So um, I kind of connected that with the whole veteran community. Why do veterans do this? Why do veterans feel like this? Um, and as I'm reading old Dougie Fresh Collins here, his Twitter feed, it's given me a lot of content for research. So I'm very curious about that. So with that, The next thing I'll be doing here is I'll be live on Sunday morning with my co-host John. John, again, he's a retired Chief Warrant Officer. I'm a retired Chief Warrant Officer 3. And we're going to be talking on the Military Retirement Podcast. Again, that is streamed on YouTube. I'm also going to be doing here streaming on the Green Logbook if you want, just for ease of use. Just jump on the Green Logbook Sunday morning, 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. That's streamed on the Green Logbook Military Retirement Podcast, Spotify, Apple, probably a week after, and October 2025. That is 8 a.m. Pacific time. Okay, 8 a.m. Pacific time. We go live, and we're part of the Wreaths Across America Radio Network, so that gets pushed out. I think we're a couple of episodes behind, but that gets pushed out Friday nights. So they have an iHeartRadio platform, and we're part of that platform. Super excited to be a part of them. We've been a part of them for several months now, and we get invited to their events and all that stuff. If we can make it, we can make it. If not, then sometimes they're around the country. I'm not going to fly everywhere. 08 PST, right? Pacific Standard Time. So that is when we go live. I believe we're going to have a guest on this week. Again, I had to look at my calendar to see exactly who it is. I want to say it's a gentleman from the Ton Tavern project that they're trying to build. They're trying to build a Ton Tavern in Philadelphia, and we connected with these folks. So I want to say it is that gentleman, but don't quote me on that. It'd be nice if I can get old Dougie Fresh Collins on here to talk a little bit about this stuff, right? But maybe in due time, we will see. With that, join me on Sunday. Join me on Sunday on the Military Retirement Podcast. If you haven't already done so, again, I'm not going to push it too hard, but it would be super cool if you joined up my other channel, which I'm trying to build up right now. It's all about the YouTube journey, helping folks over 40 specifically and veterans build their own YouTube channel. So I'm going to share that on here. It's just called Vic Learns Content. If you want to jump on there, very cool stuff. I would truly appreciate it. Trying to build that up to pay it forward. I learned so much stuff over the course of a year and a half, 2 years since I've been doing this. Why not pay it forward to the next set of folks the next generation of folks who want to do that? So I'm putting that in the comments as well. With that, we covered a whole lot. We did, and I truly appreciate the community, the camaraderie, the feeling of tribe that this platform gives me. So with that, until next time, give me some topics that you want to hear, that you want me to research, that you want to talk about, and I would be happy to do that. That's all I do. I told myself that after I leave the Marine Corps, I would leave the investigations and military justice there, and I can't get away from it. It follows me. So I truly appreciate it. 660 Love, shout out to you. October 2025 vet, shout out to you. Navy Cop, if you're watching, thanks for your membership, man. Shout out to you. Eric Skinner, shout out to you, man. Respect. Salty Old Marine, I'll see you, man. Shoot me an email. Who else we got on here, man? Trying to give everybody some love. Jason Beer, man. Stay safe. Do the damn thing. Join us on Sunday, man. I want to see you there, Jason Beer. Join me back on Sunday, dude. I need you in the tribe, dude. Please. Stay safe out there. Running Bruv, shout out to you. Not Turning Back 84, shout out to you, man. Everybody in the crew, shout out to all of you. Again, this is my therapy. Hopefully it feels the same for you. With that, I got to take off. Got to start dinner. This has been the Green Logbook out here.